You're at the coffee shop, and that attractive woman in her 40s keeps glancing your way. Your friend's mum seems extra friendly lately. Your older coworker always finds reasons to stop by your desk. But here's what's messing with your head. You can't tell if she's just being nice or if there's something more. Let me tell you something most guys miss. Older women who are interested don't play the same games younger ones do. They're subtle, but they're also more direct once you know what to look for. Today, I'm breaking down the 5 signs an older woman is secretly attracted to you. And trust me, once you see these patterns, you'll realise opportunities you've been missing. First, let's destroy this myth that older women aren't interested in younger men. That's complete bullshit. I've counselled hundreds of couples with age gaps, and here's what nobody talks about. Mature women often prefer younger men. Why? Because men their age are often bitter from divorce, set in their ways, or carrying more baggage than an airport. Meanwhile, younger guys have energy, optimism, and aren't jaded by decades of relationship warfare. The attraction is real. Society just doesn't want to acknowledge it. But here's the thing. Older women show interest differently. They've been through enough to know what they want, but they've also learned to protect themselves. They won't chase you like a 20-something. They won't blow up your phone or play obvious games. Their signals are sophisticated, refined, and if you don't know what to look for, you'll miss them entirely. Sign number 1. The deliberate eye contact that lasts just a second too long. And I'm not talking about accidental glances, I'm talking about that moment when she looks at you, you look back, and instead of immediately looking away like most people do, she holds it. Maybe she smiles slightly, maybe she doesn't. But she doesn't break eye contact out of embarrassment. She lets you know she was looking. Here's what's happening psychologically. Younger women often look away quickly because they're playing the chase game. They want you to wonder. But a woman in her 40s or 50s, she's beyond those games. When she maintains eye contact, she's telling you, yes, I'm looking at you and I'm comfortable with you knowing it. That's confidence that only comes with experience. I had a client, 28 years old, working in corporate. His 45-year-old department head would hold eye contact during meetings in a way that felt different from everyone else. Not creepy, not aggressive, just intentional. He thought he was imagining it until she invited him for coffee to discuss his career path. 3 months later, they were dating. The eye contact was her first move, and he almost missed it. Sign number 2. The smile that's different from her professional courtesy smile. Older women have mastered the polite smile. They use it all day at work, with neighbours, in social situations. But when she's interested, there's something extra. The smile reaches her eyes. It lingers longer. It might come with a slight head tilt or a laugh at something you said that wasn't really that funny. Watch for the transformation. When you enter a room, does her expression change? Does she light up just a bit? Not dramatically. These women have emotional control, but there's a warmth that appears specifically for you. She might be having a serious conversation with someone else, but when you appear, suddenly she's more animated, more engaged, more present. The psychological component here is about emotional availability. A mature woman doesn't smile genuinely at everyone. She's selective with her emotional energy. If she's consistently warmer with you than with others in similar situations, that's not accident or politeness. That's interest. She's emotionally investing in your interaction. Sign number 3, the compliments that go beyond surface level. And this is where mature women really differentiate themselves. A younger woman might say, "Nice shirt." An interested older woman says, "You have excellent taste in clothes. That colour really brings out your eyes." See the difference? She's not just complimenting. She's showing she's been paying attention to details about you. These compliments often come with physical observation. She notices when you get a haircut. She comments on your workout progress. She remembers things you mentioned weeks ago and brings them up. This isn't small talk, it's data collection. She's studying you because she's interested, and mature women aren't afraid to let you know they've been watching. I know a guy whose older gym partner started commenting on his form, his progress, his dedication. He thought she was just being supportive. Then the comments got more specific, about how his shoulders were developing, how his confidence was growing. She wasn't just noticing his workout, she was noticing him. They've been together 2 years now. The confidence factor here is crucial. Younger women often fear seeming too eager, so they hold back compliments older women. They've learned that life's too short for those games. If they think you look good, they'll tell you. If they admire something about you, they'll express it. This directness is actually them testing your receptiveness to their interest. Sign number 4, the social media interaction that's consistently engaged. Now, this might surprise you, but women in their 40s and 50s are often more active on social media than you'd think. And when they're interested, they leave patterns. They're not sliding into your DMs with fire emojis, that's not their style. But they're the first to like your posts. They leave thoughtful comments. They respond to your stories with actual conversation starters. Here's what most guys miss. Consistency matters more than intensity. That older woman who likes every single post but never comments, she's more interested than the one who occasionally drops a flirty comment. She's maintaining presence in your digital life. Without being obvious about it, she wants you to notice her noticing you. The algorithm psychology is fascinating. She knows that consistent engagement makes her show up more in your feed. She's not accidentally seeing all your posts, she's actively checking. When she comments, it's usually something that invites response. Not nice, but is that the place you mentioned last week? She's creating conversation opportunities. A client showed me his Instagram interactions. His 43-year-old yoga instructor liked every single post for 6 months. Never missed one. Her comments were always questions or observations that showed she remembered previous conversations. He thought she was just friendly, until she finally messaged him directly about a yoga technique she wanted to show him privately. The consistent engagement was her building toward that moment. Sign number 5, the physical touch that breaks professional or social boundaries just slightly. This is the strongest signal, but also the most subtle when done by a mature woman. She's not grabbing your bicep and squealing about how strong you are. Instead, it's the hand on your forearm when she laughs at your joke, the touch on your shoulder when she passes behind your chair, the hug hello that lasts just a moment longer than necessary. These touches are calculated but made to seem natural. She's testing your reaction. Do you pull away? Do you lean in? Do you reciprocate? Each touch is data collection about your comfort level with her physically. And here's what's brilliant. They're always plausibly deniable. If you're not interested, she can play it off as just being friendly. The escalation pattern is important. It starts with socially acceptable touches, handshake, shoulder tap, high five. Then it progresses to more personal but still defensible. Forearm touch, brief hug, pat on the back. If you're reciprocating, it moves to more intimate. Hand on your knee when sitting, playing with your hair, touching your face. Each level tests your boundaries. The confidence behind this is staggering. She's not accidentally touching you. Every contact is intentional, measured, purposeful. She's communicating interest through physical connection, because she knows that words can be misinterpreted, but chemistry can't be faked. If you feel electricity when she touches you, she feels it too, and she's testing to see if you'll act on it. Here's what makes older women different in their approach. They've learned to be subtle but clear. They won't embarrass themselves or you with obvious pursuit, but they also won't waste time on mixed signals. These 5 signs often appear together, creating a pattern of interest that's unmistakable once you know what to look for. The emotional maturity factor changes everything. These women have been through relationships. They know what works and what doesn't. They're not interested in drama, games, or wasting time. When they show interest, it's because they've already decided you're worth the risk. They've evaluated you and decided to create opportunities for something to happen. The fear factor that stops most younger men is misunderstanding these signals. You think, she's just being nice, or she's too sophisticated for me, or I must be imagining it. But here's the truth. Older women don't waste emotional energy on men they're not interested in. If she's giving you special attention, it's not accident or charity, it's interest. I've seen so many missed connections because guys don't believe an attractive older woman could want them. They think there must be some catch, some reason it can't be real. But mature women are actually more likely to date younger men than you realise. They're just selective about it, and they're subtle about showing interest until they know it's reciprocated. The biological reality nobody discusses is that women often hit their sexual peak in their 40s, while men hit theirs in their 20s. The compatibility is actually perfect, but social stigma keeps people from acknowledging it. These women aren't cougars hunting prey. They're confident individuals who know what they want and aren't afraid to pursue it intelligently. The approach difference is everything. A younger woman might play hard to get, create drama, test you with jealousy. An older woman, she'll simply show consistent interest and wait to see if you're smart enough to notice and brave enough to respond. She's not playing games, she's extending invitations. Whether you accept them is up to you. Here's something crucial. These women often show interest in environments where they feel safe. Work, gym, social circles where they have established respect. They're not risking their reputation on random hookups. When they show interest, it's because they see potential for something meaningful, not just physical. The response strategy matters. If you're interested, reciprocate subtly but clearly. Return the eye contact with a smile. Respond to her compliments with your own. Engage with her social media presence. Create opportunities for those accidental touches. She's looking for green lights, and if you give them, she'll escalate naturally. But here's what's brilliant about mature women. If you're not interested, you can ignore these signals and they'll gracefully withdraw. No drama, no confrontation, no awkwardness. They have the emotional intelligence to read rejection and the maturity to handle it. This makes the whole dynamic much less stressful than with younger women who might react badly to rejection. The conversation dynamics with interested older women are also different. They ask real questions about your life, your goals, your thoughts. They remember your answers. They share their own experiences without dominating the conversation. They're building connection, not just filling silence. Every conversation is an opportunity to deepen the bond. The investment pattern is clear once you know to look for it. She invests time in conversations with you. She invests energy in looking good when she knows she'll see you. She invests thought in remembering things about you. She invests risk in showing these signals. This isn't casual. It's calculated interest from someone who values their time and energy. The availability signals are important too. She mentions when she's free. She talks about things she wants to do, but doesn't have anyone to do them with. She asks about your weekend plans. She's not just making conversation, she's creating opportunities for you to suggest spending time together. These are soft invitations waiting for you to make them real. A client recently realised his older neighbour had been dropping availability hints for months. I've always wanted to try that new restaurant, but hate eating alone. I have an extra ticket to this concert. I need someone tall to help me with something. He thought she was just chatty. When he finally offered to join her for dinner, she immediately said yes. The hints were invitations the whole time. The exclusivity of attention is another huge sign. If she treats everyone the same way she treats you, it's probably just her personality. But if you notice she's different with you, warmer, more engaged, more physical, that's targeted interest. Mature women don't scatter their attention. They focus it where they see potential. The timing patterns matter too. She texts you at personal hours, not just business hours. She engages with your social media in the evening or weekends. When she's relaxed and thinking freely, she creates reasons to interact with you outside of necessary contexts. This isn't convenience. It's creating connection opportunities. The vulnerability glimpses are subtle but significant. She shares personal stories with you that she doesn't share broadly. She lets you see her without her professional armour. She admits struggles or fears that show she trusts you with her authentic self. This isn't random emotional dumping. It's selective vulnerability designed to create intimacy. The future tense language is a massive tell. She talks about things we should do, or places we should go. She includes you in hypothetical future scenarios. She remembers things you mentioned wanting to do and suggests doing them together. She's not just thinking about now. She's imagining possibilities with you. Here's what most guys don't understand. Older women showing interest is actually a huge compliment. They have options. They have experience. They have standards. If they're showing you signals, it's because you've passed tests you didn't even know you were taking. They see something in you worth pursuing. The cultural programming that makes men miss these signals is strong. We're taught that women should be younger, that we should be the pursuers, that older women wouldn't be interested. This programming makes you blind to obvious interest from amazing women who could add incredible value to your life. The confidence gap needs addressing. Many younger men feel intimidated by older women's success, experience, or confidence. But here's the secret. They're showing interest because they don't want someone exactly like them. They want your energy, your perspective, your potential. The age difference isn't a barrier, it's part of the attraction. The practical reality is that relationships with older women often work better than traditional age-matched relationships. Less drama, better communication, clearer boundaries, more appreciation. These women know what they want, say what they mean, and don't play games. The relationship dynamics are actually healthier. The sexual component nobody discusses is that older women are often more comfortable with their bodies, more clear about their desires, and more interested in mutual satisfaction. They've moved past performative sexuality to authentic expression. This creates better intimate connections than relationships based on insecurity and inexperience. The emotional intelligence factor can't be overstated. These women can navigate conflict without explosions. They can express needs without manipulation. They can maintain independence while building connection. They've learned from past relationships and bring that wisdom forward. You're getting a partner who's done the work on themselves. The respect dynamic is different too. Older women who date younger men aren't looking for someone to control or manipulate. They respect your autonomy, your choices, your growth journey. They're partners, not parents. They want to add to your life, not run it. This creates much healthier relationship dynamics. The growth opportunity in these relationships is huge. You learn from their experience while they benefit from your fresh perspective. It's not teacher-student, it's mutual exchange. They help you navigate career and life challenges while you help them stay connected to evolving culture and technology. Both partners grow. The social navigation requires some courage. Yes, some people will judge. Yes, you might face questions or criticism. But here's what I've learned from counselling these couples. The happiness and compatibility far outweigh any social awkwardness. Plus, confident older women are experts at handling social pressure. They've been doing it their whole lives. The biggest mistake men make is waiting too long to respond to these signals. Older women aren't going to pine forever. They show interest, gauge your response, and if nothing happens, they move on. They don't have time for indefinite crushes. If you're interested, you need to act while the window is open. The approach strategy should match their subtlety but show confidence. Don't make a dramatic declaration. Instead, escalate naturally. Return the signals, increase the interaction, create opportunities for one-on-one time. Let things develop organically but deliberately. Show you're interested through actions, not grand gestures. The fear of misreading signals paralyzes many men. But here's the thing. If you're seeing multiple signs consistently over time, you're not misreading. One signal might be coincidence. 5 signals over several weeks? That's interest. Trust your instincts, but verify through gentle escalation. If you're wrong, she'll gracefully redirect. No harm done. The opportunity cost of not recognizing these signals is huge. You might be missing connections with incredible women because you're programmed to only notice interest from women your age or younger. Expand your awareness. Pay attention. Some of the best relationships I've seen started with a younger man finally noticing an older woman's subtle signals. The maturity test is whether you can handle a relationship with someone who won't tolerate games, won't accept disrespect, and won't pretend to be less than she is. If you need to be the smartest, most successful, most dominant person in the relationship, this isn't for you. But if you want a real partnership with a fully realized person, pay attention to these signals. The abundance mindset matters here. Older women showing interest aren't desperate. They have full lives, established careers, social circles. If they're making space for you in that life, it's because they genuinely want you there. This isn't about filling a void, it's about adding value to an already complete life. The communication clarity with older women is refreshing. They say what they mean. If they're upset, they tell you why. If they're happy, they express it. If they want something, they ask. No hints, no games, no tests. This directness might be surprising at first, but it creates much healthier relationships. The respect for your independence is crucial. Older women don't want to absorb your life or become your everything. They have their own interests, friends, activities. They want to complement your life, not consume it. This creates sustainable relationships where both partners maintain individual identity while building connection. The investment wisdom applies here. These women have learned that good relationships require investment but not sacrifice. They'll invest in building something with you, but they won't lose themselves in the process. This balanced approach creates healthier dynamics than relationships based on codependence or desperation. The physical attraction component is real and shouldn't be dismissed. Many older women take better care of themselves than younger ones. They know their bodies, dress well, maintain their health. The idea that attraction must fade with age is bullshit. Many women become more attractive as they become more confident and self-assured. The emotional availability is perhaps the biggest advantage. These women aren't carrying the same insecurities and drama that dominate younger relationships. They've worked through their issues, or at least know what they are. They're capable of healthy attachment without the anxiety and game playing that exhausts so many relationships. The practical benefits nobody talks about include financial stability, emotional maturity, life experience, and established boundaries. You're not dealing with someone trying to figure out who they are. You're connecting with someone who knows themselves and has chosen to include you in their life. That's powerful. The recognition pattern I teach men is simple. Look for clusters of signals, not isolated incidents. Consistency over time, not single moments. Escalation in intimacy, not static interaction. Special treatment compared to others, not general friendliness. When you see these patterns, you're seeing interest. The action step is clear. Start paying attention. That older woman in your life who always seems happy to see you, look for these signals. The one who remembers everything you say, notice her patterns. The one who finds reasons to be near you, consider the possibility that it's intentional. The courage requirement is real. It takes guts to acknowledge interest from an older woman, and even more to act on it. But the rewards, emotional, intellectual, physical, are often far greater than traditional relationships. These women have learned what matters and what doesn't. They focus on connection, not superficial concerns. The wisdom I've gained from counselling these relationships is that age gaps matter far less than emotional compatibility, mutual respect, and shared values. The number of years you've been alive is less important than the life you've lived and the person you've become. Connection transcends age when both people are emotionally available and genuinely interested. Here's my challenge to you. For the next month, pay attention to the older women in your life. Notice who lights up when you enter a room, who maintains eye contact, who touches you unnecessarily, who remembers details about your life, who creates opportunities for connection. You might be surprised by what you've been missing. The opportunity for incredible connections exists right now, but only if you're aware enough to notice and brave enough to act. These subtle signs are invitations to something potentially amazing. Whether you accept those invitations is your choice, but at least now you know how to recognize them. I want to hear from you. Have you noticed these signs from an older woman? Have you been missing signals because you didn't think she could be interested? Have you experienced the difference between dating someone with emotional maturity versus someone still figuring themselves out? Share your stories in the comments. Let's normalize these connections and help men recognize the amazing opportunities they might be missing. Because life's too short to miss connections with incredible women just because they happen to be a few years older than you.